I never imagined that my dream job would become a waking nightmare. As a young journalist, I felt incredibly fortunate to be offered a position as a White House correspondent. Excitement and anticipation swirled within me as I moved into my new quarters inside the historic building. However, little did I know that the White House held dark secrets hidden from the public eye. The first few weeks went by without incident. My days were filled with press briefings, interviews, and the occasional glimpse of prominent figures in politics. Yet, as I settled into my routine, peculiar occurrences began to manifest. Doors creaked open on their own, whispers echoed through empty hallways, and a chilling presence lurked in the shadows. One evening, while working late on a piece about foreign policy, I heard faint, mournful cries coming from the walls. Initially, I dismissed it as stress or my imagination playing tricks on me. But the anguished wails grew louder, resonating with an unsettling sorrow that sent shivers down my spine. Curiosity overcoming my fear, I decided to investigate the origin of these ghostly moans. Following the eerie sound, I found myself in the bowels of the White House in a forgotten corner, tucked away from prying eyes. There, an old and dilapidated door stood ajar, inviting me into the darkness beyond. With trepidation, I stepped inside and discovered a hidden chamber filled with dusty relics and ominous symbols. A gnawing feeling in the pit of my stomach warned me to leave, but an inexplicable force compelled me to remain. A faded journal lay on a rotting desk, its pages detailing an ancient and malevolent history. The White House, it appeared, was built atop an ancient burial ground, disturbed during its construction. Those restless spirits, unable to find peace, now haunted the halls of power, seeking retribution for their desecrated resting place. Days turned into weeks, and I became consumed with the chilling accounts I had unraveled. As I dug deeper into the White House's history, the spirits grew angrier and more aggressive. They communicated with me through haunting visions, conveying the horrors they endured and blaming the living for their eternal suffering. The once grand and majestic rooms I once walked through were now ominous and foreboding. The air felt heavy with their pain, and the atmosphere was suffocating. It was as if the White House itself had turned against me, pushing me toward the brink of madness. Fearful of what I might reveal, I hesitated to share my findings with others. The few colleagues I confided in dismissed my experiences as overactive imagination or stress-induced hallucination. But as the apparitions grew bolder, I couldn't ignore the truth any longer. During a late-night stakeout in the Oval Office, I witnessed a terrifying manifestation. A ghastly figure, its face contorted in agony, emerged from the walls, its hollow eyes locking with mine. The sensation was paralyzing, as if it could reach into my very soul. In a desperate attempt to end the haunting, I sought help from paranormal experts and historians. Together, we delved into rituals and remedies that could potentially appease the tormented spirits. Yet, every effort seemed futile, and the supernatural forces only intensified their malevolence. As I reached the depths of despair, I stumbled upon an ancient incantation hidden within the journal. Guided by a mix of fear and hope, I recited the spell in the heart of the White House. A torrent of spectral energy surged around me, and for a moment it seemed like the spirits might finally find peace. But then an unforeseen darkness erupted from the core of the White House, engulfing everything in its path. The restless spirits merged into a monstrous entity that hungered for revenge. It had no intention of finding solace. It craved only destruction. In a harrowing encounter, I faced the embodiment of rage and misery. The White House trembled as the entity moved closer, and I could feel its malevolence seeping into my very being. With my last ounce of strength, I managed to escape the White House, sealing the door behind me. In the aftermath, the White House stood vacant, a place of power forever tainted by the shadows of the past. No one dared to enter, and even the bravest souls shunned its once hallowed hall. I had sought truth, but I had unearthed something far darker than any political scandal. The White House remained an enigma to the world, its sinister secrets buried deep within its walls, haunting my nightmares forevermore.